Welcome back, everyone. It is CrainCraft, and thanks for dropping back in. Alpha 19 is just around the corner, and TFP are doing dev streams on Twitch with tons of content and information. These are 2 to 3 hour long streams, and I'm here to cover that so that you don't have to watch it. A quick disclaimer, 7 Days to Die is in alpha, and any of this is subject to change. Never take plans for results. Also, it should be obvious, but spoiler alerts for A19. Duh. So if you don't want to see any spoilers, just don't watch this video, although you could leave a like just before you go. Also, because this is a 2+ hour stream, I'm going to hit the major highlights, not cover every single question or point. So if that's what you want to do, just watch the full stream VOD or on YouTube if you want to know all those juicy details. So Dev Stream 2 included 6 of the team and focused on character art, a bit of gameplay, and a ton of Q&A. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right in, and I've divided this into chapters. You can find the time links down in the description below. A19 will see some of the zombies getting their HD upgrades and reworks, which seems to be the primary focus of A19, but not all of the zombies will get them. And we'll take a look at character art, bandits, and more. TFP is concentrating on the Gen Pop zombies first, general population zombies, the standard zombies, if you will. The HD upgrades will be a work in progress and will not all show up in A19, but every one of them will be done eventually. Special Infected deserve a note here. Although we didn't see any concept art for the Special Infected, Richard did note that the green reskin Radiated zombies are going to be phased out in favor of Special Infected that have a more unique look and are their own models instead of just being reskins. To give a little perspective, here is Zombie Bo through 3 generations of zombie remodels. You can see the 2014 version. That's early alpha. It had about 1,000 polygons. It shared textures between various other male zombies. Then the second iteration was 2016, around the console time. You see that we moved up to about 4,000 polygons. Things looked a little bit better. That's where we are, like right now at A18. And then in 2020 for A19, we're looking at 4K textures and 15 to 20,000 polygons, which works out to 15 to 20 times the polygons of the original 2014 game. Before you worry about performance, A19 is more performant because of, rather than in spite of, the HD zombie upgrades. The way that they've been done, there are less draw calls, so it is actually more performant just because they moved to HD zombies. To showcase a bit of the process of character creation, each artist got to show a bit of their own work and talk about the process. A good example of this is Zombie Yo. Here's the current in-game Yo, which we're all used to seeing, and here is the HD version that's being worked on. As you can see, better detail, better specular mapping, color grading, just an upgrade in every way that you can think of. We also got to see some of the LODs. As I said earlier, polygon count for the new HD zombies is around 15K to 20K at full LOD, while you've got reductions in poly count down to 8,500 and 3,000, which is the lowest LOD, which happens to be triple the original polygons. The HD zombies are still in full swing production, with several still in the early stages, and we got to see a few of those. Here's the businessman, who is currently being worked on and finalized, and you can see the whole process here, from the concept work up to the actual high poly work, which is still in progress. Big Momma is a more fully realized zombie, which you can see again from the concept art to the high poly work. Big Momma is being worked on by Joey, and he's doing a great job. So, for fans of the stripper, well, your hearts are going to be broken because she has decided to hang up her thong for A19 and is being replaced by Club Girl. Richard explained that the stripper zombie had limited use and spawn locations. You know, you can only spawn strippers at so many locations. And they wanted something a bit more generic to pepper in with the regular zombies. We'll miss you, zombie stripper. For more detailed HD zombies, we got to hear from Joel Byington, and he started out with the sisters Arlene, Marlene, and Darlene. So, Zombie Arlene is looking quite smexy in her new dress. The low poly really brings out the texture work and color grading that they've done, and with the lighting in-game, they look truly fantastic. Marlene has put on some weight and kind of turned into a thick hottie. Well, until you get a closer look at her low poly with her eye hanging out, matted hair, and what surely is funky clothes that she hasn't changed in far too long. Darlene's not far behind. She's our suburban housewife looking quite dashing in her post-apocalyptic polyester, one shoe gone, because fashion in the apocalypse is hard, girl. She's also put on some weight, and her low poly shows that wonderful complexion and stringy hair that we all love. Zombie Steve's up next, and I particularly like how his model turned out versus the character art. A really nice reimagining of him, and I particularly love the tonal grading between the male and female zombies. While the women are much more warmer tonally, the men are cooler, more blue added to them, giving them a harsher appearance. Little touches that you may not immediately notice, but it shows TFP's dedication to the little touches. Zombie Joe is up next. Although it was noted that he looked sort of Crocodile Dundee-ish, I think this is more of an Ozzy Osbourne look. But again, great work from the concept art into the fully realized version. The extra gore, blood, and attention to gory detail is really making A19 pop. Finally, the crawler is getting a much-needed redo. The concept to realize crawler, I think, is the best example of great character modeler work here, with a ton of detail, making it look really unique. This model used to simply share a model with Zombie Steve with its legs cut off, but the crawler's actually moving into its own model and special attack. Richard noted that the crawler will be able to sneak up on you, attack your legs, possibly spraining or even breaking them. Great. Another sneaky zombie to add to the vultures. I can hear it now. Stupid crawlers! The new HD zombies look even better, in my opinion, in-game, and we got treated to a number of them. We also got to see the auto shotgun, which appears to be an absolute beast, as you'll see later in the video. The HD zombies have the same animations for the moment, but even with them, they look absolutely fantastic. The gore factor's obviously cranked up for the new models, and the new textures and lighting give the game a much-needed facelift in the visual department. Blood, glistening pus-filled boils, and more rotted flesh than you can shake a stick at await you in A19 with these zombies. Note that there is no list of zombies that will positively appear in Alpha 19, so you may see more or less of these. Some may get released in A19 Experimental, we may see more in A19 Stable, or we might just have to wait till A20 to see any more new ones after Experimental drops. Again, hashtag Alpha, so temper your expectations here. As I noted earlier, Special Infected will be moving away from the radiated green reskins, but not in Alpha 19. We'll still be seeing that for now, but with the higher poly zombies, the radiated effect looks much better. And then here's a wonderful TFP family portrait with some of the new models. So, an interesting change, zombies can now swim in the water. Well, sort of. This was a bit buggy still in the demonstration, but you can see the basic idea here. The zombies will be able to swim and even move up and down in the water rather than just sinking and then walking along the bottom. This change will make the water a bit more dangerous. Like, can you imagine picking up a buried treasure in the middle of a lake and a bunch of swimming zombies appearing around you? Oh man, that would bite. The vehicles, of course, are getting their HD updates, as well as blocks in the game. Vehicle mods are coming, but not in A19, and although there's little information available about them, we can expect to at least see some, and a great suggestion out of chat that Richard seemed interested in was perhaps attaching the junk turret or some other weapon to vehicles to have vehicle-mounted weapon options. Not sure if this is going to appear, but it's a cool idea nonetheless. Character customization is coming, but again, not in A19. TFP stated that they were aware that this section needs some love and alluded to some plans, although very rough at the moment, that they wanted to add, such as different clothing, of course, HD character models. One thing that we will see in A19 is new arms. both male and female, which look much better. Can't wait to haymaker some zombies up. Trader Joel also got a new HD version, and talking to the trader now takes you into a character POV view, which adds some visual variety and breaks things up. All the traders will be getting redone, and there's also quite a few changes in the pipeline for how quests work. NPCs and quest markers now have icons on screen associated with them, such as the Talk to NPC icon above Trader Joel's head, as well as the quest marker that you can see, a nice change. Now, the biggest one for me is that the courier satchel has an icon showing you where it's at now. At least I won't look like too much of an idiot on my stream trying to figure out where the dang bag is. Bandits are not coming in A19, but they are not abandoned, just a lot of work. Quests also have some changes coming down the line that are related to this, as well as work on the factions. Traders will now have, in addition to their normal quests which open up routes to other traders, allowing you to discover new traders without having to search the map all over. Although that's still an option, of course. Once you've done enough quests for all of the traders, then the factions in the game will take notice of you, which leads you into the end game. Now, there are two basic factions. There's Duke Cassador, who is our protagonist, or the bad faction. He's Native American, owns a casino, has a bunch of goons, and basically wants to reestablish society by force under his control. Basic bad guy. The other side of that coin is Noah, your good faction, who wants to restore the world through humanitarian means. You'll do quests for both, and although this isn't fully fleshed out, we can get some ideas for where this is heading. The rank and file NPCs will have 3 different types that Richard described generally as small, medium, and large. They have a base model, and then weapons and armor are added to them, and then they scale in game stage along with their items, so there are some visual clues for you. The NPCs will carry armor, weapons, have the ability to take cover and heal themselves, and more. This will add a whole new dimension to the game, and TFP did note that one of the holdups was creating a good, realistic human AI to control the bandits. This is a cool little nugget, as we know that the AI will be reworked at minimum for the NPCs. Richard noted that there are no plans for random layout POIs, but that POI enhancements and events were being worked on. One that was mentioned was an infestation event, where the game chooses a POI and then zombie spawns and the difficulty are raised by 1.5 or so, and the POI becomes an infestation that you'll have to clean out. Also, the bandits bring quests with them, such as clearing buildings for them, repairing items at POIs, defending a POI, and so on. Each of the factions will have NPCs, both rank and file NPCs, as well as heavy or special NPCs. Now, before we get into gameplay, I just wanted to say that the new loading screens are sick. A small thing, but I love to see little attentions to detail like this, so props to TFP. Unfortunately, we only got to see a couple, but you have to leave something to look forward to. For our gameplay section, Latham showed us one of the new ranger stations, of which there are 7 in A19, and we get to see Latham basically running that POI here, using the auto shotgun in a pretty brutal fashion. The zombies don't stand a chance, and neither do the blocks that he's destroying as he's ripping through these zombies. I can only imagine this thing on full auto. The color grading really brings a new feel to the game, and although the frame rate still looks a bit choppy here, remember that this isn't even A19 experimental that we're seeing right now. Plus, this was a stream, we don't know the specs of Latham's computer, and a ton of other little tidbits, so don't be too critical here. Again, the shotgun looks like a complete beast, and even though Latham noted he had several shotgun perks and books, it's still making short work of the zombies, and, well, it's making short work of the POI. Spoiler here, TFP might have thought they got away with it, but chat saw it, I saw it, and we peeped that new weapon in that working stiff box, the Ratchet. Got some pretty nice stats right there, and the fact that we haven't heard about this one in particular means that there may be quite a few other little surprises in wait for us with A19. Thank you, Random Number Jesus, for the loot reveal. So guys, thanks for tuning in. The next dev stream will again be hosted by Latham. That information is below and also in the description. as well as links to the full DevStream 1 and DevStream 2. The next two dev streams will be Wednesday, June 17th and Monday, June 22nd, 9 p.m. CST for both of those. The Wednesday stream will concentrate on animation and environment art, as well as linear lighting. And then the 22nd, they will concentrate on new locations and environment. So make sure that you guys tune in and show TFP some love.